yourself, Mary. Do tell.
I only know dirty ones.
I'm gonna be a big star.
And here's another one.
When an enemy you can never tell.
I can't do Rodney. Rodney who?
Hello, operator?
My wife keeps telling me.
I can play the ball so well. Well, I hope you want to see me on the TV.
Well, hi, and I'm still Dave Coulier. You know, our production team has traveled all across the country in search of America's funniest people. Now, I'm not talking about the great comedians like Richard Pryor.
Yes, because, well, it'd be really silly to use me because I'm a pro.
Nope. When I say America's funniest people, I'm talking about regular folks like Robbie Turner.
Paul, this is Godfather Soul 101. This is for people that don't know how to talk, like James Brown. So we begin with lesson number 1. I would like for you to repeat after me. Look a here.
Look out here.
No, Paul. No, you sound like a white man trying to do a black joke. Say, look a here.
Look out here.
There you go. Bang with some soul. You got it. Number 2. Huh. Not hung. Huh. Take to the bridge. Good God.
Good goer.
No, it's close. Good God.
Good God.
Oh, you gotta breathe that in. Huh. Good God.
Good God.
Hit Matt.
Last night was going to be my first good night's sleep in months. I was exhausted. Just wanted to hit the pillow and kind of zone out. So I'm just starting to fade when my darn bathroom faucets decide to square off. Just then, the baby next door woke up and started crying. Which, of course, woke up her baby brother. Then some clown decides to start training for the Indy 500 up and down my block. It was enough to make you freak out. That's it. I'd had it. I decided to call the police. Then suddenly, I heard a helicopter.
Dive!
I said, helicopter. Well, with all the commotion going on, guess who woke up again? Oh, brother, that's when the fight broke out. Probably over the woman. Finally, that's when I realized there's only one thing left to do. Wake up! And that's when my alarm clock went off. I gotta fix that alarm clock. You can find out a lot about a city when you stop people in the street and ask them for a joke. For instance, in New York, we asked a guy for a joke, and he gave us a great one-liner. Yo, your money or your life. Hey, Big Apple, just kidding. And so are these next jokers.
Hey, throw me a head of lettuce. This jerk walked into the grocery store, goes back to the produce department. Clerk says, can I help you, sir? He says, yes, I want a half a head of lettuce. The clerk said, a half a head of lettuce? So, well, I got to go in the back to get that for you. He goes in the back room where they're trimming. He doesn't realize the guy followed him. He yells out, hey, some jerk wants a half a head of lettuce out there. And he looked over his shoulder. He said, and this gentleman would like the other half.
This guy left me a 3-penny tip. And I said, sir, I can tell your fortune by the tip you left. I said, this first penny tells me that you're a very wealthy man. He said, that's right. I said, this second penny tells me that you're a bachelor. He said, right again. I said, this third penny tells me your father was a bachelor also.
People during services, they watch you all the time. And frequently they'll come up afterwards and say, you know, you remind me of so-and-so. You look like so-and-so. They do it all. You have two choices. Either you can ignore it or you can have fun with it.
done with mirrors referring to magic. But how about comedy?
Coming to a theater near you. He's trapped in a mirror for life. A victim of his own reflection. He's Mirror Man. See him high-five an octopus. At a baseball game, he's his own wave. He's Mirror Man. And on the same bill, Neck Man. A head locked firmly in place while his body is on a permanent spin cycle. A man who could never stop doing the twist. He's Neck.
Now let's meet the lady who did that incredible baby impression from Cleveland, Ohio. Here's Rosemary Browski. Rosemary, hi, how you doing? Now, you do some other great impressions. How about doing your Flipper impression for us?
Okay.
That's great. And of course, this is what Flipper's wife says when she has a headache. Thanks, Rosemary. We'll be right back, right after this.
Comedy from coast to coast continues with more homegrown humor. Rodney Mania and Cleveland's least classical musician on America's Funniest, Part 2.
Today's lesson, the practical application of all that stuff you've learned in math class. Now let's start out with everybody's favorite isosceles triangle, Doritos tortilla chips. Add X amount of great nacho cheese flavor for a taste and crunch greater than the sum of its parts. I see you're confused. Follow me on this. Farmer Brown gives a huge party, okay? There are 350 bags of Doritos. There are 250 people coming. What are his chances of being cool? Excellent. Crunch all you want. We'll make more.
You may not realize it, but when you designed your home, you used Conseil engineering. You put the table within reach of the chair within reach of the lamp. Special touches that make home feel just right. You'll find those same special touches in Mazda's MPV, created with Conseil engineering. So feel an MPV and feel right at home. Mazda.
It just feels right.
America's Funniest, Part 2 will continue.
Television's two favorite teenagers are back-to-back on a special night.
She was beautiful and faithful.
When you were moving, I think we could work it out.
I wanted to believe that, more than anything.
The season finale of The Wonder Years. Then it's a special hour of Doogie Howser, M.D.
You studly man.
Kevin and Doogie back-to-back on a special night Wednesday.
At Cabell Huntington Hospital, we have classes that teach expectant parents about diapering, bathing, and feeding. Even classes that teach you how to handle sibling rivalry. We also offer the area's only certified Childbirth Education Association classes. So if you think practice makes perfect, get in gear and come take a test drive before the new model arrives. 526 BABY.
This is a can of severe weather paint from Lowe's. It tested better than 5 leading brands. It also has a 15-year durability rating. If you painted your house with this paint in 1990, you won't have to paint it again until the year 2005. Think about it. Severe weather paint from Lowe's. The last paint you'll need in this century.
The Reds outslugged the Cubs, but just barely. We'll have the highlights tonight on the night desk.
All we gotta do is act naturally.
You know, it was Andy Warhol who said that everybody will be famous for 15 minutes. Well, I'm way over my limit, so now it's Barry Fetterman's and Hector Rosano's turn.
All the girls we've loved before, who traveled in and out, we're glad they came along. We dedicate this song to all the girls we've loved before.
Ladies and gentlemen, live from the Apollo Theater, Archie and Edith Bunker sing Motown.
Boy, got sunshine, Jim. Want a cloudy day, what she said. When it's cold outside, what Jesus freezing, Jim. Boy, got so much of me. Sing it, Jim, sing that song.
Why can't you say what can make me feel this way? Well, my
girl Jane, talking about my girl Jane. Talking about what she's every good time.
Thank you, Cleveland. Good night. We love you. Good night. We love you. See you later.
You know, we found some really terrific people out there, but some of them needed a little bit of extra coaxing to be on our show, like Peter Widra of Winter Park, Florida. Now look, Peter, when the camera crew comes into the restaurant, don't panic. All right? They're in?
Great. Now just relax. Is your good friend Ed there beside you? Great. Okay, you're going to be just
Super. I said don't call me sir. Yeah, just call me Dave.
I'm sorry, sir. Can I call you back?
Dave. Call me Dave.
How do we get stuck on the show?
Okay, good luck.
No. What? Do it. Do what? You're Rodney Dangerfield. I'll tell you, I can't do Rodney. Rodney.
Say, a tough crowd, a tough crowd. Just the other day, I called Dial a Prayer. They told me to go to hell.
You know what I mean? I got no respect. I bought a used car the other day, you know what I mean? I found my wife's dress in the back seat. Hey, you know, I got no respect.
Let me tell you, I was driving down the highway last week with my wife. And we pick up this hitchhiker out of the blue. She says she wants to make love. I say, what, with him here? She says, yeah, you drive.
Now see if this sounds familiar to you. You're up late at night, flipping through the channels when...
I wrecked Ronhard. We're here at Ronhard Motors. And I'll tell you something. You people right here telling us about Reaganomics and that your pockets are broke. Well, we're the inflation fighters. Let me tell you something. We got a car right here, $2.50 to take it right off the road. I'll tell you something else. You buy this car, and we'll kick in a free can of cola. You can't buy a deal like that anywhere in town. We've got all makes and models of cars. We got Mazdas, we got Fiats. I'll tell you something. You need a half a car? We got a half a car. All you got is a half a car. We'll match your car. No matter what make, no matter what model, we'll match it. We go through all the trouble for you. We inspect our motors. That's right. We get right down in here and we inspect them. I tell you something. We're at Highway 95. See us here today. Ronhard Motors.
What do you get when you're crossed? No, wait a minute. I'm going to let them tell the jokes.
I remember this toy here? Well, when I was a child, there's only one way to play with this toy. You set it, you pull the string. Very plain and simple, nothing to it. Today's kids of the 90s are much more creative. This is the way a kid of the 90s would play with this toy. Much more creative.
The rooster says.
If you go to Little Rock, Arkansas, here's how you can have fun in Little Rock, Arkansas. I know it seems impossible. Here's what you do. You go downtown in Little Rock, Arkansas at about noon, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. There will be 2,000 or 3,000 people milling around on their lunch hour, and you just yell, Junior, and everyone will turn around. It's incredible. It's something you've got to see to believe.
Coming from D.C., and there is a lot of crime, and being a young black kid, cabs don't want to pick you up. In fact, yesterday I was trying to catch a cab, and none of them stopped. I must have been out there for about an hour. Finally, a cab stopped and picked me up. The only problem was after about 4 blocks, I fell off the hood.
If you happen to live in Casey County, Kentucky, and you're just about ready to kick back on the sofa for a little nap, when suddenly the silence is shattered by an ear-splitting chainsaw in your backyard, or an 18-wheeler truck that sounds like it's heading straight for your living room, relax. Don't panic. It's probably just Homer again.
Okay, Homer, fire up that 18-wheeler.
How about that, Steve? Sound like a big trouble down there. He's got it going, doesn't he?
Homer's personal favorite is a 57 Chrysler with a finicky starter.
Any more?
Made it back.
Made it back, okay.
Yep.
Here's Homer Lester from Casey County, Kentucky. How you doing, Homer? All right. Why don't we jam a little bit, Homer? All right, here we go. Go ahead, hit it. We'll be back right after this.
Right now, you're just 90 seconds away from Chef Boyardee with microwave meals. Chef Boyardee pasta, hot and tasty, and with no messy cleanup. Chef Boyardee microwave meals. Thank goodness, in just 90 seconds.
Now more than ever, your eyes need relief that lasts and lasts. Introducing Visine LR. For long-lasting relief that gets the red out for up to 6 hours. No other eye drop relieves longer. New Visine LR for relief that lasts and lasts and lasts.
Look, isn't that Jerry Mason? Movie star! Ah! Get his autograph! No way, I'm too embarrassed. Then I'll get a close-up for you.
Ah, the Minolta Freedom Zoom. When you can't get to the picture, this camera brings the picture to you.
Oh, you're into me! Give me one more shot.
Freedom Zoom, the only compact with 5-beam autofocus, so even subjects not centered are perfectly focused. Enjoy your freedom today.
Only from the mind of Minolta.
Dads get a day off?
Coast. The crisp scent opens your eyes. Coast. Your spirits start to rise. Coast is the way to bring you back to life.
The scent awakens your senses.
Hey, you guys. Where you been? Coast brings you back to life.
Monday, David Soul guest stars.
Either you're for us or against us.
Time runs out for the kid on an all-new Young Riders. Then,
You moved the body?
Well, nobody told me you were coming.
Peter Falk in an all-new Columbo movie special, Murder in Malibu. Right after the Young Riders, Monday.
Well, as you can tell, I love music. I have ever since I was a kid. I was even in the school band. Saved my folks a fortune on instruments. Well, here's 3 musicians that I can certainly relate to.
My name's John Suzuki. I'll keep this short and sweet. This is a pen. These are my teeth. This is a pen on my teeth.
Mr. Suzuki is playing on his 3rd set of teeth in as many weeks. And on pencils, Don Bart. Don recently placed a personal ad for a wife who plays Eraser. We've been told that when Don goes to the gas station, he always purchases leaded. And now the big finish. And finally, James Nielsen on first flute and second flute.
Travels around the country, we discovered that everybody in America has a joke. And I mean everybody.
Do you know what a woman and a snowstorm have in common? No. It don't take much of either one to get a truck driver excited.
True story. In my junior high school science class, we had a teacher named Mr. Blevins, and he would give pop quizzes, but he always called them quizzicals. And one day, this one kid in the class said, "Mr. Blevins, if you call quizzes quizzicals, what do you call tests?"
This guy's driving down the street, and all of a sudden he feels a thud, and he gets out, and he looks, and he's run over a cat, and he's killed it. He figures the proper thing to do is to find the owner and confess and see if he can make reparations. Knocks on the first door. Little old lady answers the door. He says, "Excuse me, but do you own a cat?" And the lady says, "Yes, I do. It's the pride and joy of my life." He says, "I'm really sorry, but I think I've run over and killed your cat." And the lady says, "Oh, my God." She says, "Well, maybe it's not my cat. What does it look like?" And she goes, no, what did it look like before you ran it over?" And he says,
"A senior citizens couple where I got married. And in a few months, she started having some health problems, and she went to the doctor, and he says, 'Well, this is the most amazing thing I've ever seen,' but says, 'You're pregnant.' She says, 'Oh, my goodness,' says, 'Can I use your phone a minute?' She called up the old man and said, 'You old geezer, you,' says, 'You've done it now,' says, 'You got me pregnant.' The old man said, 'Who is this?'"
You know, they say that imitation is the greatest form of flattery. You know, after seeing this next clip, I think there's going to be a couple of celebrities out there who should feel pretty darn good about themselves.
Every day the world's funniest people gather along the shores of the fantastic Cuyahoga. And as I look around this lavish lifestyle, I have to ask the question, I don't know why.
So what do you think of Cher? If I could find my clothes, then I would put them on.
Now, I had this friend, he set me up on a blind date. His name was Darren Henderson. He told me, he said, "She has a nice personality." I said, "What else?" He said, "She loves animals." This man neglected to tell me that she was one. The girl was 210 pounds, 4'3". I'm tall, dark, and slim. She was short, round, and fat. We stood together and looked like the number 10.
Louie has a number of character impersonations she'd like to show you. Let's see if you can guess who this first one is. Here, Louie. Good. Here, Lou. Here you go, Lou. Good. Here you go, Louie. Here, this. Good. Here, Louie. Good. Let's see that lovely face of yours. Stay. Does it look like George Burns?
Watching all these impressions has really inspired me to do something special for you. So kids, and you big kids, here's something you can try at home. So to make your moms happy, do it outside. Here's my impression of a water sprinkler. I think the flowers really needed it, so we'll be right back after this.
On America's Funniest Part 2.
Food. We got hot food, huge food, half-bath food, and dude food. We got lunch food, munchity munch food, not in the greatest mood food. We got the right food, light food, morning food, and night food, make-a-wish food, not this food. All right food, we got food, get it to go food, hey, get your own food. You know the ones, McDonald's, food, folks, and fun.
Johnson's baby powder. Feel soft as the day you were born.
Doing this show because it gave us all a chance to get together, share a few laughs, and be in bed by 9 o'clock on a school night. But unfortunately, it's time to you-know-what. And I don't know how to say goodnight. I mean, Carol Burnett used to tug her ear. George Burns used to say goodnight, Gracie. And my favorite, yeah, but that's all, folks. See, all the good ones have been taken. So there's really nothing else to say but good night. Hey, that's good. I like that. Good night. That'll be mine. Good night, everybody.
Travel arranged through Northwest Airlines, serving over 220 cities in 20 countries on 3 continents. In all we do, we want to be the best. Northwest Airlines. Hilton, which has invested over $1 billion to raise the standard of hotel excellence, is pleased to have provided accommodations. Hilton, it's all in the name.
This is Charles Gibson.
And Joan London.
Tomorrow it's Good Morning America, live from London.
Our guests will include Jacqueline Bissett, Glenn Close, and Mel Gibson.
Then later in the week, join us in Ireland on Good Morning America.
Tuesday, Becky wages a war of silence against her mom on Roseanne. Then it's a disaster when Dauber meets Judy's parents on Coach.
This is Jim McKay. Join ABC's Wide World of Sports for the second jewel in horse racing's Triple Crown, the Preakness Stakes. Live coverage begins at 4:30 Eastern, Saturday on ABC Sports.
Now stay tuned for the ABC Sunday Night Movie next.